This video is going to be a little bit different than usual. Instead of sharing muscle growth and fat loss tips and strategies or giving you an update on my natural bodybuilding competition prep, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. This video is meant to be a source of help and encouragement for anyone who feels like they're in a slump on their fitness journey. What do I mean when I say slump? Well, perhaps a period of experiencing low motivation levels, low enthusiasm, or perhaps a feeling of burnout, where you might even be on the fence about falling off of the wagon completely. Yep, being in a slump is not a good time. To be honest, this is coming at a time where I'm feeling like I'm actually in a bit of a slump myself, so I figured what better time to talk about it. While showing you footage from my latest full-body gym workout, I'm going to share with you how I keep myself taking steps forward when I'm experiencing a slump myself, like right now. My hope is that if you're struggling right now to do your workouts and eat healthy and are even perhaps on the fence about giving up on your muscle growth and fat loss goals altogether, that this might be something that helps to keep you on the rails and ultimately helps you get through whatever kind of slump that you're experiencing. Before we get started, if you find that this video is helpful, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. Okay, let's dive in. Being in a slump sucks. At least for me, when I find myself in one, like I kind of am finding myself in right now, I feel unmotivated and even experience this sense of ongoing drudgery. Overall, I love lifting weights. But where I'm at right now in my process, the workouts are feeling more like a chore than I would like them to, and I'm finding myself not as excited as I would usually be before doing them. And on top of that, I'm feeling this magnetic kind of pull or desire to eat more calories. Definitely more calories than what are in alignment with accomplishing my current set of physique goals. To give you a bit more context, I'm in the deepest part of my natural bodybuilding competition prep with the goal of getting as lean as possible for the stage. So yeah, I'm pretty tired and hungry at this point, and there are definitely times where my body and mind seem to be screaming at me to eat more. The process is slow and long, which makes things tougher. It would be another thing if I saw changes to my physique super quickly. The motivation that would come from that would probably help big time to power through the process. But when results come slowly, to the point where sometimes I question if I'm seeing progress too slowly, or not at all sometimes, that's where it becomes very challenging, especially when putting a lot of work into the process. Maybe you found yourself, as of now, in a similar kind of slump, or have found yourself in one or more in the past. And I don't mean specifically a slump from being in a natural bodybuilding prep. It could be from simply being on a path to transforming your physique through building muscle or getting lean, or both. The fat loss process can be a long grind, and the same is definitely true when it comes to building muscle. Perhaps you found yourself second-guessing your own progress and wonder if it's worth the effort you're putting into your workouts and diet. Perhaps you find yourself daydreaming about how it would be just so easy to step outside of the process, whether that be by eating a big cheat meal, indulging in a series of binges, or skipping several workouts in a row that turn into completely falling and staying off the wagon. I definitely get it, and I know it's tough. That all said, I'm going to share the two things or two strategies that help me remain consistent despite the challenges and pains that come from being in a slump. And hopefully it helps you out a bit too. First, I remind myself of the deeper reasons why I'm setting out to accomplish the goal or series of goals I've set my aim at in the first place. For me right now, that goal is to be stage ready for my competition season by a specific date. At a surface level, that's my goal anyways. On a deeper level, I want to not only be stage ready, but I want to be my all-time best and become a better person in virtue through the process and ultimately bring glory to God through the stewardship of talents and graces I think I've been given. Your reason why could be to become more muscular, for being a stronger, more reliable provider, or to be a better role model for your kids, or to be stronger for your spouse. Or perhaps it's to have a better overall health and longevity, to live a longer life for your kids or your grandkids. Or perhaps your reasons are more similar to mine. There's lots of strong, deep reasons to accomplish physique goals, and if you're currently trying to accomplish one or more yourself, my guess is that you've got some pretty strong reasons. When in a slump, and you're feeling the combined lack of motivation and discomfort that comes from it, it can be easy to lose sight of your strong reason for why you're on your fitness journey in the first place. I find that refocusing my mind on my own why is something that helps me to continue taking steps forward in my own process. It's my ultimate positive, motivational fire that keeps my engine burning. That said, although sometimes that's all it takes, other times it's not enough, and I need to fall back on my other strategy to help me remain consistent when in a slump. That second strategy is to imagine the negative possibility. You might be thinking, the negative possibility? What the heck does that mean? Well, I'll explain. I think about what would happen if I do fall and stay off of the wagon. I think of the possibility of what would come from giving up and ultimately failing to reach my goals. Although succumbing to the slump and ultimately binging and skipping workouts would alleviate some mental and emotional pain acutely, it would ultimately lead to even worse pain in the future. More specifically, it would lead to regret. I don't know about you, but when it comes to being in a slump, I would actually rather be in the slump itself, knowing that I'm still getting closer to accomplishing my goal, even if I'm inching forward very slowly, than to feel regret. I think that would be more painful. Although it sucks being in a slump, it would suck worse giving up on the process. So that's just it. When envisioning my strong reason why isn't quite doing the trick to keep me moving forward, I just think about the potential pain I would fall into if I were to succumb to the slump, fall off the wagon, and fail to reach my goals. Avoiding that kind of pain is incredibly motivating and more than enough of a fire to keep me moving forward. One other quick thing that helps me get through these kinds of tough patches is in knowing that they will pass. And not only that, but upon getting to the other side, overcoming the drudgery of the slump and ultimately accomplishing the goal leads to an incredibly satisfying feeling. In fact, getting through the slump to reach the goal actually makes it feel all the more fulfilling and worthwhile once you get there. Of course, when you're in the thick of things, it can be very tough to envision that. But for me, when I manage to do it, it does give me an extra flame of motivation to keep me taking steps forward. Though this might seem like a little bit of overkill, I often think of a quote from Winston Churchill at the time of the Second World War. When you find yourself in hell, keep walking. I know, we're talking about a fitness slump here. It's not comparable to World War II. But for those who have been or who currently are in one, it's still tough and it still sucks. And I find that quote to be kind of relevant. And there you have it. Again, I know being in a slump sucks. Feeling unmotivated from second-guessing your rate of progress or simply from feeling tired from the process itself is not a good time. And this is coming from someone that's experiencing that a bit right now. Hopefully, in sharing how I do keep myself taking steps forward amidst these tough stretches of time is helpful for you too. Or at the very least, leaves you with some relatability. At this point, I'd love to know your feedback. Let me know your comments and insights in the comment section below. Before this video comes to a close, I want to quickly let you know about the work that I do. When I'm not making YouTube videos or Instagram content, I work full-time as an online physique coach, where I help my clients to accomplish their muscle growth and fat loss goals by optimizing their approach to strength training and nutrition, and I coach them through the process. I've been doing this work for over 7 years and love helping my clients to not only transform their bodies, but ultimately their lives. If you've been considering getting some help with accomplishing your own physique goals, feel free to hit the link in the description below, where you can learn a little bit more about the work that I do and how I can help you. You can even use that link to schedule a free video consultation with me. If you have any questions about my coaching or how I can help you, just email me at sam@jadeathletics.ca. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.